Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we break down the biggest political stories shaping South Africa today. In this episode, we are diving deep into a brewing political storm inside the African National Congress, specifically in Limpopo's Peter Mokaba region. It's a crisis not just about leadership disputes, but about electoral integrity, internal democracy, and the future of the ANC in one of its core strongholds. If you care about South Africa's political stability, this is one episode you won't want to miss. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update on South Africa's political landscape. And as always, drop your thoughts in the comments below, we want to hear from you. Segment Transition: The Crisis in Peter Mokaba. The ANC is facing serious internal turmoil in Limpopo, especially in the Peter Mokaba region, where John Mpe's recent election as regional chairperson has sparked fierce opposition. Instead of unifying the party, his win has ignited a full-blown leadership crisis. Delegates are now calling for the election results to be nullified, citing irregularities and alleged manipulation during the regional congress. What was meant to be a routine democratic process became a contested battleground. Allegations include manipulated delegate lists, biased verification, exclusion of eligible members, and sudden procedural changes, all allegedly designed to favor Mpe. One anonymous delegate said it bluntly. The election was not conducted fairly, and the outcomes do not reflect the will of the members. And this sentiment isn't isolated, it's echoed by many within the region who believe the leadership race was rigged. Segment Transition: Two sides of the divide. On one side, critics claim the process was compromised, pointing fingers at what they call a predetermined outcome. On the other, Mpe's supporters argue that his leadership is crucial for stability ahead of national elections. They dismiss the calls for a rerun as political sour grapes, an attempt by losing factions to claw back power. But either way, this standoff is now a major headache for both provincial and national ANC leadership. The party is preparing for one of its most competitive elections in years, and this internal strife couldn't come at a worse time. Segment Transition: From discontent to resistance. What's more worrying is how this resistance is escalating. The backlash against Mpe's election is no longer just symbolic, it's becoming organized. Disgruntled members are mobilizing, staging protests, and calling for urgent intervention from Luthuli House. Some are even threatening legal action if their concerns are ignored. This is more than just a leadership dispute, it's a test of the ANC's internal democratic systems. From Free State to KwaZulu-Natal, and now Limpopo, the ANC's internal processes have repeatedly come under fire, often ending in court battles or, worse, political violence. Now, all eyes are on how the party handles the Peter Mokaba fallout. Segment Transition: Who is John Mpe? So, who exactly is John Mpe? He's no newcomer. As the mayor of Polokwane, Mpe has long been a key figure in Limpopo politics. Supporters praise him as a capable administrator who brought progress to the municipality. But his critics accuse him of using political influence to dominate internal ANC structures and marginalize rivals. Whether he stays or goes could dramatically shift how resources, influence, and political power are distributed in Limpopo, especially as national elections loom. Segment Transition: National Implications. The implications here go far beyond Limpopo. If this conflict isn't resolved fairly, it could trigger a chain reaction in other provinces, with party members losing faith in ANC structures and processes. And the optics are just as damaging. In the run-up to the 2026 local government elections, and the 2029 general elections, the ANC must convince voters it can govern itself before asking to govern the country. If this crisis is seen as another example of ANC dysfunction, it will hand ammunition to opposition parties like the DA, EFF, and Action SA, all eager to capitalize on ANC infighting. Segment Transition: What happens next? So what now? There's growing pressure on ANC leadership to act. Some senior figures are calling for a neutral investigation. Others want a political solution, possibly involving power sharing or restructuring the regional leadership. But time is running out. The longer this drags on, the deeper the fractures become. The ANC faces a critical decision. Will it protect MP's victory to preserve short-term stability? Or will it commit to transparency and risk a leadership shakeup? Segment transition, final thoughts. The Peter Mokaba saga is more than a local dispute, it's a mirror reflecting the ANC's ongoing struggle with internal unity, fairness, and credibility. The decisions made now will shape the party's trajectory not only in Limpopo, but potentially across South Africa. Closing. That's it for today's breakdown. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and drop a comment below. Backhand index pointing right: should the ANC nullify the regional congress and rerun the elections? Backhand index pointing right, or should it back John Mpe for the sake of unity and stability? We'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into South African politics. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged. See you next time.